Good morning.
Good morning.
So we here today and we just moving right along. The donkey talked and then we had to deal with the idol of Peor, which is this you're marrying people, but you're not of the same agenda. I know religion,
Right.
just agenda. Is you marrying me to help me build my people and keep our laws, or you marrying me to keep me out here doing whatever it is I'm not supposed to be doing? And that could be anything, So it's against my law for me to marry you because we're not of the same people, we're not of the same race, then that's the problem. If you're going to be trying to live in the cultures and traditions of your people, that's a problem. Like, I can appreciate your culture. Your culture is beautiful, but we shouldn't be together
Right.
because your people have a country, mine don't. So ain't no sense of me being with you. You ain't gonna help me build it. No, I'm good. So moving along.
And you know what a lot of people don't recognize is them marrying the strange women, that their children inheritance is pretty much cut off to so many generations. So is that person really building your house? Those are things you have to really consider and think about.
Yeah. So we're going to continue. Numbers chapter 26. And Yah spake with Moses and Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, saying, now the Most High is talking to the new high priest. You get rid of one, Most High get another one. This is the most terrifying thing
Yes, it is.
I will tell you about the Most High. He will get rid of one and replace it with another. And make the other one train up his replacement by command. This is terrifying. You train him up and do this. And he's going to replace you when you die. And that's some scary stuff. I mean, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
But here we go, Eleazar.
Can't get too comfortable in a position.
So here they are now counting again. Take
Oh, goodness.
the sum of the account of the whole congregation of the Bani Israel from 20 years old upward, according to the house of their fathers, for everyone who goeth forth with the host in Israel. So here we go. Now we're talking to Bani Israel, and we have to take an account again. Okay?
Another census. Wow.
Okay? And Moses and Eleazar, the priests, they spoke with the leaders and commanded that they should number them in the plain of Moab by the Jordan over against Jericho, saying, you are to number them from the sun 20 years and upward, as Yah commanded Moses and the sons of Israel when they came out of Mitzrayim. Did you see that?
You ought to number them
From a son
of
20 years and upwards, as Yah commanded
Musa,
uh-huh,
and the sons of Israel
when they came out of the land of the west.
Right. You do the same thing.
Right. And it says to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, just check this. It says, do this.
Yes.
In the plain of Moab.
By the Jordan.
By the Jordan.
Over against.
That's over against. So on the other side is Jericho. Now, for those who don't know historically where Jericho is, historically it is Riyadh, which is the capital of Saudi now. But in ancient times, there's an ancient ruin there, which was the ruin of Jericho. Those walls still sit there.
So that's in Saudi.
That's in Saudi. And the plain comes all the way up to Jordan, the country. And they were in this area. Again, not far from here, okay? Well, far, but not far, okay? You can walk. You might be too fat or out of shape to walk, but you can walk over there.
So a pattern that I am noticing when it says by the Jordan or near the Jordan, it's not just talking about the Jordan River. It's talking about the area. The
area.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. That's a region.
Yes.
So the Heshemite kingdom of Jordan was established because a lot of it was given to Lot. Lot has his parts, Abraham has his parts, Esau has his parts, Midian has their parts. Every seed of Abraham has their spot. It's not a portion the way states and countries have lines now. It was more mingled. I'm in this area, somebody else can be in this area, because we all have to have an attachment to water sources.
Right.
So, there'll be these people on this side and you on this side. It's the same today. The line's a little more harder, but if you come into Jordan, you'll find the Syrians have their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they govern by their people. The Saudis have their neighborhood and their people. We have our neighborhood, our people. Everybody has their part.
Right. And we have to get out of this idea to think that we're the only descendants of Abraham. We're not.
Well, I don't, that's not a we thing. I don't think that.
Then as the general people.
If you lost, you might think that. People who lost think everybody lost. They turn around and tell you, oh my God, we lost. No, I'm not lost. I'm going here. It's right up here. I'm getting off at the next stop.
Yes, sir.
Are you lost? You lost. Ain't no we. I am not lost with you. I'm here. I know what I'm doing.
Yes, sir.
I know my path. I know my way. I know the way out of the situation. I don't know what you guys are doing. And so they're taking this count. I want you to notice, right? So the Most High is taking this count after the last war and after the idol of Peor. Why is the Most High taking the count now? Because everyone who's alive now that's 20 and up was 19 and down at this time. When they come in, the only one left is Moses.
Wow.
Okay? So we are taking account.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that's the first thing. Next is I just wanted you guys to be aware of this positioning, because everybody has their own imaginations about when the people died. I'm telling you right now when the people died, so you know. It said it in the last chapter 25, that they went back out to war and they defeated the Moabites with Balak in war. Didn't conquer their lands, didn't take their lands, but they did defeat them in war. And so now you have those people who died with the idol of Peor and whoever died in the war, and now we're taking an account. So let's take a look at what this count is. Firstborn of Israel, the sons of Reuben. Hanak. So we have a new Enoch. The family of Hanak, of Phalu, the family of Phalu. Okay? Of Hezron, the family of Hezron, of Carmi, the family of Carmi. So now you start to find the family addresses and the new heads of the family. Okay. These are the families of Reuben by their numbers. Were 43,730, and the sons of Phalu, Eliab. Okay? The sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan and Abiram. The same were Dathan and Abiram that were brought together, that the congregation that gathered and made the division against Moses and Aaron in the congregation of Korah, when they gathered together and made division against Yahya, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them, and Korah and the congregation of the wicked died, when the fire devoured 250 men, and they were made an example. But the sons of Korah were not in the council of their father. So Korah, his son, said, Pops,
We're not part of the smoke.
you tripping. We not with all this. That's Moses. Nah, yo, you forgot what he did to Pharaoh and them? Listen, we gonna slide on over here in our own tents with our wives. I don't think this gonna work out too well for you. Stop fucking with Moses.
Yeah.
So they did not, but they followed the doctrine of Moses. Whose doctrine is it? It's not my doctrine. There is one doctrine, the doctrine of Moses. I bet nobody that we talking to has heard that. You know, our viewership is going down. I knew it would. I done pissed some folk off. They ran. I like running folk off. Want to know why? Because it means that they never were meant or were to ever have a part in the kingdom. And you say, how can you say that, Rabbi Shay? I mean, I can say that at this time. They may be appointed to another time.
But at this moment,
you're not appointed. You're not going to do what the Most High says do to get what's necessary to be done for the people to make it and survive into the next world. There will be another world. This one is almost over.
Well, you know, we read back in Leviticus, you know, that the spirit of prophecy will speak to the hearts of those
who's supposed to. So I'm only supposed to get those who's supposed to. That's why I said I never go viral, because there is no mass exodus.
Right.
There's a scattering, and you'll be scattered in many different countries, but you won't be in the country you lived in. And then from there, you'll make your little happy little feet on down the road till you get here. One step at a time.
Okay, I've heard you say several times about when the families come back and the men will obtain their family names, they will be known by their families. So when we're seeing these names of the families, these are the ones of who house will be returning.
These are the house names. So somebody is going to be the Phalu family.
Right.
Or the Pahalu.
Right.
So when you have Pahalu, we're going to have the Pahalu family. You're going to have the family of Korah.
Yes.
This is a family house.
Yes.
So there will be eventually a Korah, to assume Korah name. Not that his name is evil or that he is wicked. There will be a Korah. The name Korah is good. And Korah should not be blotted out just because Korach made a mistake in the past. Okay?
Yes,
So the
sir.
name of Korach, there's nothing wrong with this name. He made a mistake. Korach's name will return amongst the people. But Korach have a family house. So you're seeing all of these Hezri, Phalu, Hezron, Carmi. Okay? This
Right.
is the family name. So when you come back, if somebody says, "Oh, which family are you?" "Oh, Carmi."
So all this name changing stuff they're doing today,
It's all right.
it's
You can
okay.
change all your names all you want. You can have 100.
Right, but
When you get back here,
here,
there's a
right.
name appointed to you that you have to take. Okay? You'll have to take it, and you'll have to take it along with the customs and the traditions and everything else, including some clothes. There's new outfits coming.
Wow.
I already have a robe that I made while I was in training, but there is yet another one that even I have to take. And I have
Wow.
to accept it with honor and wear it with honor. This is what is said. I'm going to do what's said. I'm going to wash out my little robe and I'm going to put it on. It is what it is.
Wow, that's beautiful.
All right. So the sons of Korach, they follow the doctrine of Moses the prophet, Musa Rasulallah. And therefore they died not by the plague, nor were smitten by the fire, nor engulfed when the earth swallowed them up. The Beni Shimeon, Nemuel, Jamin, Jakin, and Zerach, Shaul, with their families, 22,200.
Wow.
So these are family names and
Yes.
family heads. These are. So if you'll notice, oh, this tribe, this will be this family, and there's a whole branch. Of Gad, the families of Zephon, Hagi, Suni.
Whoa. Wait, Sunni is the Oh, okay. Whoa.
See? Silence. Gotta let silence. People gotta soak it in. Do your own homework about Sunni. But this is a family, and they from Zephon of Gad, Sunni. So there's Zephon, Hagi, Suni, Ozni, Heri, Arod, Areli, 4,500. Okay, that's of Gad. Don't come back here with nobody with no damn feathers and Indians. Don't come here with that. I don't want to. Don't play no games. I don't want to play no games. Don't play with me. Of Yehuda, and Onan. But and Onan died on account of their sins in the land of Canaan. Of the Beni Yehuda, the families of Salah. I know you guys see Shalak or Sheila. It's Salah. Okay. Pharez, which is Faretz, which is like Euphrates, and Zirak. The sons of Pharez are Hezron and Amal. The number of the families of Judah, 76,500. Of Issachar, the families of Tola and Pua, Yashub, Shimron, 64,300. Of Zebulun, the families of Sadid and Elon and Jalil, 60,500. And of Yusef, Beni Manasseh, Makir, and Jalad, Zar, Helek, Asriel, Shechem, Shemida, Epher, and Zelophehad, Bar Hefer, who had no sons, but daughters only. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahila, Noah, Hogila, and Milcah, and Tirzah. The families of Manasseh and their number 52,700. So you see, even though Zelophehad only had daughters, his name didn't get erased.
I noticed that.
The daughters had to get married within the tribe, and the first son born was going to take the father's name, and they were going to establish that father's inheritance.
Wow.
So Zelophehad's still here. The Bani Ephraim, Shuthela, Becher, Takan, Hiran, the sons of Shuthela, their numbers 32,500. The families of Benjamin, Bela, Ashbil, Ahiram, Shefufa, the sons of Bela, Ared, and Naaman, or Naaman. 45,600. Banidan, the families of Shuham, 64,400. You notice that Dan only got one family?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I wonder what happened to all those other folks. I know. They was the one with the idols outside the cloud. Those of Asher, Jimnah, Jishva, and Beriah, and the sons of Beriah, Eber and Malkiel. The name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah, who was conducted by 6 myriads of angels and taken into the Garden of Eden alive, because she had made known to Jacob that Joseph was living. So she got regathered to the people after they came out of Egypt. Where's the Garden of Egypt? Oh, I know. Right here where they are in Moab. It's a desert now because nobody is planting and it don't rain. And it don't rain because the Most High's people don't want to come back and do their job to pray for the rain and plant the Garden of Eden back the way it was in order. I know, y'all gonna be mad at me. I'm glad I lose people. I like it because it proves they rebels.
Yes, it does. Not a good
When they
place
feelings
to be.
get hurt and they turn off my YouTube channel and don't come back, it just proves they rebels.
Yeah.
The numbers of Ashir or Asur, 53,400. The Beni Naphtali, according to their family, Yakzil, Guni, right? And Jezer, Shillim, right? 45,400. These are the number of the sons of Israel, 601,730. And Yah spake with Moshe, saying, unto these tribes shall the land be divided by inheritances according to their names. I got a point here. I'll be right back. So, I want you to know very clearly. So, the land is divided by tribes, right? And these are the names and the addresses of those land portions. If you don't take these family names, you will not have any claim to these family lands. So being the people by blood, but not knowing your address, will lead you to being disconnected. This why you lost. You don't know your address. You know, like toddlers, where you live. At mommy's house.
Ooh.
I live at mommy's house. So these are the address. So for the people returning, just want you to know that all of the princes of the tribes will take up as the names of the fathers' houses by land portion to restore their names and their people back to their land. Each one of these is a prince. So these are just the prince's names. And then each prince has his Sanhedrin, his officers, his priest, his cabinet, his everything. He has his own administration, which will be similar like unto my administration. It'd be the same. So the princes will be part of my administration, yet they will have their own, each for their own land and their own countries in their portions, as divided by the son of Joshua, who lives here. He's already in the region. To that tribe whose people are many, thou shalt make their inheritance large. And to the tribe whose people are few, thou shalt give a smaller inheritance. To each his inheritance shall be given to the number of his names. So, land portions are given out by tribe size. The bigger your tribe, the more land you'll get. And the smaller your tribe, the less land you get. So this is important so that you know that the borders are not fixed. They move. So you can come this year and let's pick a small tribe, right? Let's take a look at
You looking for the smallest tribe?
not the smallest. I just want to get a small one. There was a small one in the beginning. I'm gonna get a small tribe real quick.
Shimeon had the
Jimmy had
22.
22,000. This small tribe. They only going to take up maybe, a few hundred dunams of land. That's all they can manage.
Right.
This small. So the land of Shimeon is going to be small. Because I know there's 10,000 people just live in Segev. And if you add the surrounding area and communities for farming and for land growth, this take up small city. Small city. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Yes.
25, 30 kilometers square. This small city, small town. Okay? They grow their own food though. They have their own everything. But they small. They're small. Okay? They're not going to take up, the place the size of New Jersey. You're small. You're not going to be able to do it. As you grow, you fill in more and more. You take more land as you need it.
Right, as you need it, not as you want.
Not as you want, because you have to be able to manage and grow it. So you can't hold land and there's no food being grown on it, even though it may be a portion to you. Which is why the years of remission and the years of jubilee are so important. Because it's at these times we kind of renegotiate things because people are growing. More people are being born, right?
Right.
Marriages are happening, people are pregnant, right? Inside of 20 years, these people could have tripled,
Right,
right?
right. So that's what you meant by handling family business during the times of the remission and
Right.
jubilees.
You have to
Okay.
reassess this tribe size. It's because you can be small and your traditional border is, you know what I'm saying? There's other tribes that consumed it. Your neighbors have taken it up. Well, in the years of remission, it's given back, or you just take back as much as you can manage at that
Age.
time, and we'll just wait. Okay, we'll take back this, maybe a little extra bump, and then in the next 50 years, we'll take another, as you can see, we'll take another numbering.
Right,
So by the number of people, because every man know what he can manage.
right,
I believe me, one man by himself farming 1 acre of land by himself is a lot of work.
right.
Even if you have 2 or 3 acres, this is a small farm, 3.5 acres, small farm. But you by yourself, so now you have to wait. You're waiting for your children to grow up. You're trying to get a lot of things established, because you're talking about taking land. Your sense of community have to be together first. You have to have a number of community services for a people before you can even talk about anything else. Now, they have a sense of community. They have lived together for a long time. So people have become proficient in herbs and in medicine. Other people have become proficient in other skills, in repair, in building. People have become proficient. They've just been moving around a lot. People don't even think about their building skills. You forget these people is having babies, and the babies you have to make more tents, right? Your
Yes.
carpentry, you need more carts. So your skills you're still utilizing skills so you can keep moving. This is not an imaginary thing. This is logistics. So your logistics change as you grow.
It's beautiful to really sit here and observe and watch the importance of our connection to land, because our names is connected to it. Our Shabbats and festivals are connected to it. Everything of our being is connected to the land. So this is why it's so important that we possess by our land. Yeah, this is interesting.
Right? So now the names are given, and it's according how much land you get is not just what's promised to you, it's how much you can manage. Okay? So there's no land hoarding. You just can take what you can manage, and you can get it back in the years of remission and the years of jubilee as you grow. Yet the land shall be divided by lots according to the names of their fathers' tribes shall they inherit it. So you can say, I'm Shimeon. Okay, which family? Because then we know you address. So this family is living in this address, they're living in this area. That's how we know. Otherwise, you lost. Okay, I'm Judah. Oh, sounds good. What's your address? You see, I know my address, right? You'll be mad I tell you my address. So my address is Abu's Gala, which is Sons of Ziklag. If you don't know what Ziklag is, look it up. Take your time. I'm Abu's Gala family. It's what it is, okay? You don't know, look it up. This is my address. And this is my portion. Right? But I get double portion. I'm firstborn. And since I am the only one of my family to return to the address to claim it, I get the whole thing. And now I have to portion it out to my brothers as they come. right?
Yes, there's an order.
There's an order. So Abu's Gala, right, has a nice little portion. You know what I'm saying? It's very good. And it's what's appointed to the sons of Ziklag. Okay? That's what it is. That's my address. So I'm not exempt. All right? But again, my tribe, not you tribe. My tribe is still Ephrathah, right? But I'm a son of Ziklag. This is my address, right? And this is my portion. This is my father's house. So I have to build this house. You cannot build a house by yourself. This house is charged with the redemption of the people through this process. The people give, we buy land, we bring the people back, we place them on the land, and we grow an economy and build more community services. And over time, under self-governance and training and education, we will be strong enough to then develop into a full-fledged nation. This is a point I also want to make. You know, Moses didn't take the people into war till after 40 years. It took them 40 years to get ready for war. Moses didn't make war with them immediately. So, as we are right now coming out from the West, we won't be ready to be a nation that can handle any skirmish or any type of war for 40 years. We're not any different.
Right.
You're not special. You have to come back and you have to get your priorities straight. You have to get your loyalties in line. And then you're going to have to perform as a dedicated member of the community with proof.
Right. You know, it's like the demonstration that you had shared with me about being in the helicopter and coming over and be dropped off to the land, and you think you're just gonna go fight. You know, that's not how it's working or happening. You know, for those who are military know that you get to a certain place, you set up a base. You know, you get prepared, get processed through, and everything before you can go and fight. So that even takes time to do.
Time. That's exactly what it is, and it does take time.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what it is. It takes time. If you believe you could fight a war, just imagine if say today, and this goes for anybody, say today any country came and just dropped off an entire military arsenal, and then they lined up and parked on your borders to make war with you, and then they told you they were coming in 2 weeks. And you see them outside. Now you got weapons. I know you're going to pick up these weapons and try to fight. But you know what you don't have? You don't have any plan. You don't have any organization. You don't have any experience. You know how these weapons work, but you don't have the best strategy to use them to gain any tactical advantage. It is the same as when you put like a beginner chess player against one of these grand masters like Magnus Carlsen or Hikamaru. You see these great chess players, man, these guys play regular people, and these regular people you be thinking they good. Man, they sit down in front of them, and I seen a grandmaster, he gave himself 1 minute. He has to make a move and a decision and play the chessboard, and he have a minute on his clock. The other guy has 5. And with all that time, that guy can't figure out nothing. They lose before the master's clock runs out. If they could just get the master to think for a few seconds each turn or to stall out for a few seconds, they might beat the master on time, and they don't. It never happens.
But people that maybe watch that, well, we got our guns, but the instructions doesn't say anything about us using
Guns,
guns.
they don't, that's not going to work because
That's not the instructions.
here's the thing, right? Everybody watches The Matrix, but nobody understands this one paradox. So I'm going to break it down for you. Okay? So in The Matrix, the people are going to war against the machine. The machine representing the government system. That's what the machine represents. Now, at the same time, the machines are helping to keep the people in Zion alive. The people of Zion alive. So they are living off of the machines to maintain their life because the machine has taken over the world. Right? And so the chief, the leader or king or whatever they have of Zion, he takes the chosen one down and shows him the machines. And he says, I come down here often and I recognize who you are and your greatness and the prophecies and everything concerning you. And I know you will succeed after seeing what you are capable of doing. He said, but we're not at war against all machines. He says, you need to understand something. If you destroy all the machines, where are we going to live? Because you have to destroy these too. These are machines. They sustain our life. There is a machine here. There is a system here.
An organization.
There is an organization. So now you have to understand, just because it's a different machine, just because it has a different application, it works for you differently, you're going to need to have a machine. You're going to have an organization. If you just went to war and you just destroyed all of America today, how are you going to feed yourself?
How you going to get out?
No, because everybody thinks, well, I just go grow some food. Do you know how long it takes? Each crop comes to maturity in its time. Not yours. You gonna put the seed in here today. It's gonna take all the time it needs to grow. You can look at it every day if you want to. It's gonna grow when it's gonna grow. There's nothing you can do about it. These are the facts. Okay? So you have to have a governing system. You're going to have an understanding of a governing system. And you can't copy where you came from. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So if you got guns and you think you're going to just make war and you can just live without the government, you stupid. You have to create a new one. Okay, so when the Most High does come and destroy the government, this is why the majority of you are going to die. It's because you sat there and didn't prepare nothing for yourself. You got some cans and you put it in a bunker or a hole, or you stored it up to survive. Hey, man, people going to break in and steal your stuff because they didn't prepare.
Right.
You're going to have to get somewhere else and get part of a whole nother system.
And you know what's crazy? You see these people doing this sovereign thing and all this stuff, but you're still in that government. You're not separated.
You went to the government for them to give you a paper to say, okay, you're a sovereign citizen. And it don't mean nothing. You still going to be subject to
that government.
Whatever they say.
Yeah.
And when they decide that they're going to crack the whip on you, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Right. You may argue your way out of a bunch of situations, but you run into that right one who really don't care. All rights go out the window.
Yeah.
Right? All of them go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Rights and argument, this place you always have to fight for your rights. That's not even where you're supposed to be. That doesn't make any sense that you have to fight for them. So any place where you have to fight for your rights, that means you don't have any. And if you don't have any, you have to think about the the ramifications of such a condition. That is deplorable. You're fighting for your rights, which means at any moment in time, somebody can violate them. They can take your life. And you're just hoping maybe somebody videos it for there to be justice after your death? No. No. That's not how we live here. All right, continuing on with chapter 6. So the heritage shall be divided by lots. You get this portion, this lot number 17. You get lot 46. You get lot number 12. Oh, we have a real big lot, this lot 100, but you have 100 people. This good for you because you have the means to support it.
So that's when it says in 54, to each his heritage shall be given according to the number
Of individuals.
of his name. And then here it plainly says their heritage shall be divided by lots, whether great or small. So whatever the number
Right.
is, that's what you...
Right. It's the numbering of the lots. So you make a division. You have to plan it because you need to know, okay, a small person will receive this. A big family will receive more because he have the people, the workers to do so. Maybe if you're all a family, right? It's a big family. You married together. You have large family. Okay, you could take more. Hence why 7 wives marrying one man become beneficial to you because the bigger your family is, the more land you get. All right? But these are the names of the Levites after their family. The family of Gershon, Kehath, Merari. The families of the Levites, the family of Libni, Hebron, Maheli, Mushi, Korach, and Kehath. And they begat Amram. And Kehath begat Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi when he had come into the west, into Egypt, Mitzrayim, within the walls. And she bare to Amram, Aharon, and Musa, or Mushi, or Moses, or Moshe, and Miriam their sister. And to Aaron was born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they offered the strange fire from the hearth post before Yahweh. And the number of them, the Levites, was 23,000, every man from a month old upward. For they were not reckoned among the children of Israel. They're not counted among the children of Israel. As no possession was given them among the sons of Israel, so they don't have a country. However, they do have a number of cities and a number of small fields because they're small families. So if you got yourself one little wife, and you know what I'm saying, y'all got some kids, you might get the same size portion as a Levite with the same size family. Why? Because you small. You don't need more than three acres to farm. You gotta wait for your kids to turn 20 and marry, and then they gotta finish with their service time because all the sons have to serve in the military, right? Not the military Jordan, just for us and our own. They have to be trained. Then they can come back and maybe take wives and work your farm. You're going to be there hustling, grinding. breaking your back.
So,
Because you and your little selfish old wife don't know how to do business properly. You don't know how to get ahead. After she get out there with you and that son beat her in the back, she'll change her mind.
and you moms who are obsessed and adored for your sons, you can't stop your sons going for military training or work.
It's not that they're going to, okay, it's not that they're not going to the military to go to war.
No.
They're going to be trained in case
there is war.
there is.
Yeah.
Right? They have to learn, they have to serve.
Yeah.
Everybody in the military is not even in a combat regiment.
Right.
Right? Only 10% of the military, maybe 20% maximum, actually sees combat. The rest are maybe support services. Right? You got cooks and mechanics, and there's an entire machine behind the fighters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, they know how to fight. They know how to make war. They know how to do basic combat, but it doesn't mean that that's what they're doing. But should they be called upon,
they'll be ready.
You have to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to defend your land. Your son have to defend your land. Should, in case something come up. You know what I'm saying? We're not telling nobody to be soft. You have to fight for you to protect your possession.
Right.
You know, you can't stand there and let somebody just, hi, oh no, here's the keys, take it, bye. No, that's not what we're doing here. We'll be right back. Whew. All right. So if you notice, this is the second counting. They have counted the exact same way as before.
Yes.
These are the numbers when Moshe and Eleazar, the priest, numbered the sons of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan, but over against Jericho. And among them was not a man of the number when Moshe and Aaron, the priest, took the sum of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. So everyone and their families and their heads, as you can see, is gone. Right? Nachshon and all the rest, they're gone.
They're gone.
They died. What happened? I know. They cashed the wrong check. They mouth spoke a check that they ass couldn't cash. That's how people talk today. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You talk against what I'm saying. You don't want to understand. You don't want to connect, and you cashing the check. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth is cashing a check that your ass can't pay for. All right, so let's see what happens next. And because Yah has said that dying they should die in the wilderness, and none of them remained except Caleb bar Jephunneh, and Joshua bar Nun, and the daughters of Zelophehad bar Hefer, bar Jalad, bar Machir, and bar Manasseh, of the family of Manasseh, or Manasseh, bar Joseph. When they heard that the land was to be divided to the males, they came to the Beth Din, trusting in the compassion of the word of Yah, of the world. And these are the names of the daughters of Mahila, Noah, Hogila, and Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moses after they had stood before Eleazar the priest, the princes, and all the congregation at the door of the tabernacle of ordinance, saying. So we're getting ready to get into this case tomorrow, but Out of everybody who made it out, the daughters of Zelophehad, 4 daughters, right? The daughters of Zelophehad, right? And Joshua and Caleb.
That was it.
That's it. How come the daughters of Zelophehad survived? They didn't marry none of those wicked people when they heard the judgment. They just waited. Right? Now they know who's going into the land and who's going to get a portion. Now they're going to marry and take a man who's got a portion. You don't help build this kingdom at any point, you will not have a portion. That means you're going to have to help build at some point. I don't care at which point you decide you're going to turn around and come. When you get here, the stipulations and the rules will be the same, right? The later you come, no matter what happens, somebody will have to help build for you, and you're going to have to build for the next. And that's just the way it is. You're going to have to do it. There's no way around it. You're going to have to accept these laws, these rules. You're going to have to accept the order that is set over you. You're going to have to accept it. You can't accept it, I promise you. You're the one with the problem. It ain't going to be us. I got a different set of problems. I got my own problems. Okay? I got a whole nother set. Right? I got a lot of work that I be working on. I'm working on refining the leaders and refining the teachings of how to teach certain things, how to remove false teachings and false indoctrinations through the law, how to counsel, how to teach, right? There's a lot to it. I got a lot on my plate. I really don't have time. I don't waste not a moment. So that's chapter 26. Tomorrow, we're really going to get into and break down women's rights and land and portionings and how it's to be handled with the daughters of Zelophehad. Women, you're going to like some parts.
Some.
You're not going to like others, I promise you, but it is what it is.
That's right.
Okay? A woman without a husband is not going to be able to develop the land.
That's right. That's right.
And you could say, what about the studs and the dykes? And then they don't even exist here. Anybody who believes that the Most High made a mistake in creating them the way they are in the wound, where he stitched you together, well, I'm going to tell you like this. We'll send you right back. And you could tell him that face to face. And we just wait for your return. You're going to be mad that I said that, right? Wait for your return. But we'll send you back and we'll wait for your return. Okay? Next time you come around, you may have some act right.
You accept who you are.
You accept it the next time. So that don't exist here either. So there's a lot of stuff. Like, we're going to go over it. It's difficult for a woman to develop land by herself. It is extremely and exceedingly difficult. So the entirety of the law is to push the Israelites into families and nurture those families, cultivate those families, and develop those families so that they are fruitful and multiply. And put them in a system where there is justice and peace. Right now, you don't have none of that. You don't have none of it. Right? All right. I don't have it either because we have to have it together. One step at a time. One day at a time. You got anything else?
No, nothing at this time. I just let this marinate.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow.